What up, guys, and welcome to the coffee shop. This is your host and barista, Eric, and I'm here to just let you know something very quickly about the Heiken Ashi algo. You can see it playing now in the background, and it's doing something very particular. Let me slow that down for you right there. So you can see that it's doing something very fabulous for you, and it is drawing support and resistance levels right there, these little support right here and resistance. It's also drawing trend lines automatically, these white lines. It's drawing trend lines on the RSI. Now, those trend lines are related to pivots. See this red line here? That is a new pivot level. Every time you get a high pivot and then a new high, not a new low, a new high pivot, it draws a trend line to it. So you know that your RSI is breaking structure and you should be moving to the upside soon, or you would be moving to the downside soon. See this? You have a downward one and a downward one. And sure enough, price has shifted down a little bit. Now, that being said, you know that if you've been following this channel, I have talked about pivots for a while, right? And you know that you need to break pivots and break trend lines to be able to get into a new trend. For example, here's a pivot that was most recently made, right? This level here, I'm looking at price, it's right there. And sure enough, the RSI broke down below that level here. RSI broke down below that level and your price came below it. There must have been a support level right here too. Well, you got resistance here and you got support here. There's the support level right there. It was off just a little bit. Move this to here, there. So that was your last support level. And then your pivot broke at the same time your price broke. You got to move to the downside. So you're watching all this play out like live. Well, it's on replay, but whatever, you know. And so you got pivots, RSI trend lines, break of structure, structure formation, and you also have something else in particular. Very, very key right here. You have a new background that you can use. I did not get rid of the old backgrounds. Okay, they are still there. Hang on. Let's turn this one off. You still have your other dual background here, right? You still have both of those. No problem. So you know when your moving average, when it's in a certain formation, right? The moving average is tilted down. And you know when your RSI is breaking away or breaking towards the average, which would allow you to catch pullbacks or continuation moves. If you didn't know what that was for, that's what that's for. RSI breaks inside, makes this weird color, then it starts breaking outside again. You know that you can re-enter the trade to the downside. And now, instead of only knowing just that about entries and exits in that form, now you know when you can exit and do not look for another trade in that same direction. Because most of the time, when something becomes overbought or oversold, that is commonly one way to see that the trend is changing. So here you have green background in your RSI. It's not white here, it's not white here, but it does start turning white here. This is oversold. Here, you have a move to the downside, right? You have a move to the downside with a downwards trend line and a downwards trend line. So you know that you can make a short trade. It doesn't turn white down here. It stays red, pull back, stays red, pull back, stays red, pull back, stays red, pull back, stays red and turns into white. And you can consider getting out of this trade until you can re-enter the trade with confidence. You need, to break your pivots and your RSI trend lines and stuff like that. Sure enough, this becomes oversold. You get out of the trade and it pulls back pretty hard. Then price starts to really flatten out. Now, like I said, commonly, it is a break of trend when something becomes oversold or overbought. Now, this is telling you that it happened. Here it's oversold, and then it's oversold again. You clearly have a divergence here. I'm going to go with this area as being the oversold area. If I mark this out like this, which is actually supposed to be on the wick down there, price seems to be doing something different. I don't know if it's going to go up or down, but let's find out. I've got a nice uptrend here. I have a bunch of low pivots becoming very high up here, right? I'm in the upper part of my RSI again. Let's see where it goes. Oh, we need to play it out a little faster, huh? There we go. So price does make a new low. Overall, it makes a new low. But at least this does get you out of the trade at this point. And it starts going nuts over here. Just a little crazy. And then it starts entering into another downtrend. You can see that happen here because this structure is broken by the RSI. This structure is really flat compared to the previous one. It was really steep. Then it got flatter. Then it got flatter. So it's really showing you, it's doing a good job of showing you that you had a nice direction going up. Then it got flat. Then it got flatter. And now it's enough to pull it to the downside. This one went down before this one did. So guess who gets the win? The first one. Anyway, so just to let you guys know, you can set up your support and resistance using this. You can use this to get your trends, to do your support and resistance levels on your charts, right? I'm just looking at the places where, oh, did I turn it off? I think I turned it off. Hang on. Nope, I have support and resistance showing up. Here we go. There they are, right here. I'm looking at support and resistance right there. You can mark these here at the close of the candle, at the close of this candle, right? There. You have an imbalance area show up here, which means you can draw a little box to your previous support or resistance, right? Go like that. Here is your imbalance right here at the close of the candle. Go to your previous resistance right there, resistance. And yeah, so at this point at imbalance, you see that the price was overbought. So you would wait for it to break out of this channel, which allows it to be no longer overbought or oversold. It breaks out of this channel here and then again becomes oversold. So it's a big move to the downside. There you go. So that is the new version of the Heiken Ashi algo. Use the link up in the top right corner right there. Make sure you hit up my profile and go and like this video. Follow this channel and you'll be able to get some more goodies for free. In a few days, I'll be putting up some, some strategies on different ways that you can use this new setup. And you can use it all the way down on a 1 minute time frame or even a 1 hour time frame. So enjoy yourself, guys. See you next time at the coffee shop.